Welcome home, son. Welcome home to Santa Fe.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Newsies live chat. I'm Corey Cott. I play Jack Kelly in Newsies.
I'm Kara Lindsay, and I play Catherine Plummer.
I'm John Michael Fumera, and I play Specs.
I'm Adam Kaplan. I am Morris Delancey and Mike.
We are so excited you are joining us for this live chat. We are currently using Twitter to answer your questions, so go on Twitter and submit your questions with the hashtag Newsies live chat, and we will see them. We have iPads here, and we are filtering through all your questions. We're going to answer as many as we can in the next 20 minutes. So please, also check out our shirts here.
We all
match.
We all match.
Huh.
Newsies hashtag seize the day, and there's a few of them. There's a few of them left on our website on newsiesthemusical.com/fanweek. So check them out. You can get and match us. That'd be great. So we're gonna get to the questions. So let's see. Katie asks, is your Broadway debut as amazing as you thought it would be? It's a good question. I think, and this is all of our Broadway debut,
Yep.
so this question's great. For me, it was beyond what I thought it would be. It was, besides my wedding day, it was the best day of my life, for sure.
Good save.
Yeah, it was, and I got to do it twice, too, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it was a Wednesday. I got to do matinee and an evening show, so it was pretty special, and yeah, I can't really describe it. It's like something you prepare for a long time, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to write in my journal when I was little that I wanted to be on Broadway one day. I'm sure my mom's read them and is like, she's so crazy. But, I mean, you literally dream of this day for forever, and you don't know if it's going to happen. So when it's actually happening, I mean, that's what I thought about when I was like making the Broadway debut opening night bow. It's like, wow, I can't believe this is really happening. So it absolutely is as amazing as
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy just because, like, I just remember, like, my heart just, like, when that downbeat started in the very beginning, my heart just, like, started going, and, like, I just remember the whole time me just, like, sweating so much because I'm on, like, so much adrenaline, and just, it was just crazy.
well, and
so
you're
it
not
was-
dancing at all. So.
Yeah, it's seriously the easiest track on Michael. Complainer.
I had a lot. I'm from Connecticut originally, so I had a lot of family and friends. That it was amazing to have so many friends and family come to see the show. Some of my best friends from college were there.
It was. That was a good audience.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. Oh, no, I was there. Never
You
mind.
were
Sorry.
there.
I was thinking about your Jack. Never mind. Keep going.
Right. Anyway, it was amazing, and it was actually beyond what I would have ever thought it would be. Because this is what I wanted to do for my entire life. I mean, that's like cliche, and I'm 23. So, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty special. John Michael, there's one for you.
Yeah, sure.
Compare dancing competitively with dancing on Broadway.
I mean, for competitions, I mean, like, I never thought of it as, like, competing, trying to, like, get the other person out. Like, it's not, to me, it was
It's not
never
like a
really
sport.
about, to me, it was never about, like, winning or anything like that. It was just about, like, doing what I love on stage and, like, in front of people and just having that experience and doing that. And so, like, the feeling that I have on stage now, it's kind of the same, you know, just, like, performing and just doing what I love to do. So, yeah, it's kind of the same in a way. But,
Corey, what about you? What is your...
My competitive dancing days, they're very... No, I never... No.
They were limited.
We can go on to the next question.
Kara, I like this one. Being one of the few girls in the cast, do you find yourself acting more as a sister or a mother?
What is it, Kara?
I definitely feel like a sister. I hope I'm not old enough to be
No.
Although the
There
more
is a-
they
there-
hire, the younger they hire.
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
So I definitely feel like a sister. I mean, they pick on me so much, and I love it. And I try to pick on them back, but you know, there's only 5 of us girls, so we end up losing a lot. But it's awesome. I definitely feel like a sister, not a mama.
You are.
Yeah, you're definitely a sister.
Okay,
It's
good.
a cool old... I told you that, like, our first week, you felt like the big sister I never had.
Aww.
Moving on. The big sister, okay. What is your favorite part of the entire show? This is from Aaron, can be a line, dance number, dance move, song, anything.
I love doing Once and For All.
Yeah.
I think that moment when I remember when I saw the show after I had been cast, and I was sitting in the audience. That was the coolest moment for me, when the towers just come forward and everyone's just so still.
Yeah.
That's Broadway. This is just like
Yeah.
come forward.
Broadway.
It's so
It's so
cool, and I
exciting.
still get the chills every night because we're like we're at eye level. I'm on top, so I'm with eye level with the balcony.
Yeah.
And that's an unbelievable moment.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
cool.
my favorite in the show.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is like during the military line when we all come forward and it's like we stomp across the line and then like it's like dun dun dun, that pause, man, here we go. It's like, and then it's like the music kicks in and it's like we all start dancing together, and that's like what like spurred me, like, oh my god, like just the heart's going. It's just, I don't know, it's when we just all move together and just sort of unite as one. So that's what I like about it. It's like the first time that we do that too in the show, which I like. So
There's moments of unison in the show
Yes.
yeah.
where we'll be doing something different, then all of a sudden we'll come together and do something in unison.
Yeah.
One of those moments is also in Carrying the Banner. On the lyric, you want to move the next edition, and we all just like come together and explode. And it's that was one of my favorite moments when I first started watching the show. Was just the whole sequence of Banner is pretty spectacular. Yeah.
I like
You,
watching
Kara.
Season today. I'm not in it, but I love it. It always makes me cry.
What's your favorite one to do?
Well, I used to get so scared of doing King of New York because it's scary to be front and center dancing with like the most amazing dancers ever. So it terrified me. But then we like make fun of each other. We
It's
like have a
fun.
good time. It's like a party. So now it's one of my favorite ones to do for sure.
Yes.
Who has? Oh, sorry. Do you have?
Yeah, go, go, go.
Go ahead.
Oh, Kara, do you have
Oh,
the
no.
sass to pull off Levon's role?
LaFon, I hope she's watching. She's my dressing room mate. No, I absolutely do not have the sass to pull that off.
You secretly might though, a little bit.
I'm secret.
I think you have the sass to pull it off. Clearly.
Yes.
I think Aaron Albano has this.
Aaron
Aaron
Albano does
Albano
have
would
the
look
sass
great
to
in
pull it
pink.
Yeah. Yeah. Who has the strangest pre-show ritual? I don't know if there's any strange ones.
John does it.
Oh, but I
John
love
does-
that. But that is my. I mean, that's something.
No,
cool.
it's not
Okay,
strange.
John Dossett. Okay, this is what John
No, but
Dossett does.
yeah, explain it.
Yeah.
John Dossett is
In the best
amazing.
way.
He's the most old school, classy guy. He gets there before anybody else, of course, and he goes through his entire show, and then he gets dressed before anyone else. He's dressed by what, half hour usually?
Yeah.
And then he has mints. He goes around and he gives everyone in the entire theater
Lifesavers.
lifesaver mints. He goes around and gives everybody a lifesaver mint before the show and congratulates everybody on their show and
Which
wishes
is a
everyone a
good
good show. It's like pretty great.
And he's also in character too.
Yeah.
So like
Oh,
as
that's
soon as
true.
that
As
Pulitzer
Pulitzer.
outfit is on, like costume not outfit, like it says from his closet. But he is like in character, so he's like really mean to me.
Oh, he beats up.
He attacked me in my dressing room the other
So-
day and fully pushed me and then left.
But it's the best. We love it. He
We love
definitely
being
provides
beaten
entertainment.
by
backstage.
Dossett.
Yeah. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Adam, there was one for you. Where was that question? Oh, Adam, you not only play. Oh, this is from. It doesn't say. her
Oh,
name.
no.
But Adam, you not only play Morris, but you understudy Jack. Do you ever find it challenging keeping track of your blocking and your harmonies? That is a good question, actually.
Yeah, it's tough. Jack is a beast in itself. And also, I don't come from a dance background primarily, so learning Morris and Mike was really tricky for me. But I think once I got a hold of Morris, and our stage manager Tom Gates is unbelievable, and make sure that we're incredibly prepared and ready to go on at any moment. And so I think that when I don't really get tripped up, and sometimes it's all about doing your homework, and I make sure to study up, and we have a good amount of understudy rehearsal, which is fun because we get the opportunity to play alongside the other understudies. So it's great. So I find it a challenge, but I think that it's an amazing opportunity and challenge to have.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, this is a good one. This is from Sarah. I might be Charlton. Were you involved in high school theater? If so, what did you perform in?
That's so funny. Adam and
We
I
were
were
just
talking
talking
about
about
that
that
last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what did you guys do?
I could tell you what Adam was in.
I get to.
What?
So yeah, well, you did Anything Goes,
I did Anything Goes.
and you were one of
I was one of the converts.
yeah.
One of the Asian converts.
Oh, if you tell me which You also did. You were curly in Oklahoma.
I was curly my senior year. Yes.
I did curly in 8th grade.
Okay. Hey,
Oh my
there you go.
Yeah. But you actually rode it on a horse, right?
Yes, we had a live horse that I rode in on every day.
No
Why
way!
can't we get a live horse for the live chat?
That's what I'm saying.
right.
No, so I rode in on a live horse for Oh What a Beautiful Morning, and then it was gone the rest of the show. They had it in a pen out back. Anyways, Adam was in Hair, and no, that was in
That
college.
was college.
No, you were in Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
He was Benvolio.
Yeah.
You were also in
I don't think we talked about. I was Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes!
Naturally.
Disney.
Naturally.
Yeah. No, I loved. I mean, we were just talking about educational theater, and the great thing is that you get to play parts that you would never play
For sure.
Yeah,
in like
Totally.
in real life. I mean, it is real life, but like,
Yeah.
I got to be some crazy parts in college, and that
Yeah.
pushed me and stretched me, and so I think it's
Yeah.
great to be able to do educational theater.
Yeah, I didn't do much.
Competitive dance.
Competitive dance.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
that
cool,
was
man.
me.
What,
And now you're on Broadway. That's amazing.
Yes.
Kara, what did you?
Oh, well, one of my favorites was I was Maria in West Side Story, and I can't sing very high, like high soprano, and I'm like really white. So,
That's okay.
and I had to wear self tanner, so I smelled like self tanner. It was awful,
Wow.
but it was great. It was a really good experience, like you said.
Yeah.
Like it really expanded.
We
You know,
did an
I would
all-white
never.
version of The Wiz.
Well, there you go.
Sometimes you have to break
Everything is
Sometimes you have to
possible.
break down those barriers.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's great.
John,
Um,
I like this question. John Michael, are your specs glasses prescription?
No, they don't really even have any glass in them or anything. Sometimes,
He's a fraud.
sometimes like I'll catch myself like if I need to like scratch my eye because there's no lens in them. I want to like scratch it just like this, but I'm like, oh, I can't do that. So if I like take them off and just like this, and then I put them back on to
That's
be
hilarious.
more realistic. But no, they're not prescription. But I do have ones in real life though. So
For everybody, this is up from Olivia. To all cast members, what did you think when you were cast? What was the first thing you did?
I call my
I
mom.
just-
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I video chatted with my dad and my sister, and
Aw.
I have that video saved on my computer.
I just
That's
kind
awesome.
of like cried. Like that sounds so like I don't know, but like.
No,
I don't
that's
know,
cool.
just
man.
because like
No, it's the
the
best.
casting director, I was like upstairs or something. He was like, hey, he called me like a half hour after the audition, and he was like, hey, are you around? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, come downstairs. I'm like, okay. So I'm expecting just like, oh, you know, just thanks for coming. You know, I'm just expecting that so I don't get my hopes up. So, but I go downstairs and I open the door and he just goes, and he was just like, you got it, buddy. I was like, yeah. It was just like that, and then I went upstairs with like this huge smile on my face. Like, there's all these people around me. I'm just like trying to suppress it because I'm the only one in the room. Like,
That's
so
awesome.
I called my mom and I was like, I got it. And then
Aww.
I told my friend Leela on 74th Street, and she screamed and fell to the ground on the streets of New York. It's just
like her.
Leela. But it's cool to see everyone else's reaction too, as well as your own. Kara, if you had to pick one person who inspired you the most growing up, who would it be? That was from Allie.
Allie, I think I always looked up to Judy Garland because and I know she I never met her really, but I played Dorothy in a middle school production of Wizard of Oz, and I wanted to know everything about Judy Garland because of that, and just her in her youth she was absolutely amazing, and she's a legend, and so she really inspired me at a young age, and kind of is the reason I guess I'm doing what I'm doing. So yeah.
That's cool.
I have one from Mikey. What's your favorite homemade gift from a fanzine?
Oh man.
I got a Morris Delancey bobblehead.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really cool,
That's
and it was
amazing.
this particular fanzine knew that I loved The Office, and so I don't know, and there's another question here that we can relate to that. But anyway, so it was like it's a Morris Delancey bobblehead, and I freaked out when I got it.
I think my favorite is, I've got a lot of really cool, like, trinkets, or I guess, or like things like trains and things like that. But On my door,
I was just gonna say your door.
on my door to my
That's so
dressing room, it's kind of a mural of all the drawings that people have drawn of me as Jack, and there's probably like
There's a
like-
lot.
there's like
It's full.
20 maybe. Some are more interpretive than the
So
other
lots
ones.
of artistic interpretation.
Someone, yes, artistic liberties, but most of them are amazing, and I'm proud of every single one of them. So every day I get to look at all the amazing artists that you guys are. So if you've drawn a picture of me, it's probably on my door. Yeah,
That's so
definitely.
cool.
Yeah.
There, I can't find it, but Corey, who
Yeah.
is your favorite person that you've got to meet?
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Sarah asked who is the coolest audience member you have gotten to meet?
Well, we've gotten to meet a lot of really cool people, and
Yeah.
I have a Newsies poster signed by as many of the people that I could get to sign that came like celebrities. We got to meet this week, actually. Well, I can just name off people. Like, we got to meet Ian McKellen this
Oh,
past
so
week.
cool.
Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas came.
Robert De
De
Niro.
Niro.
Robert De Niro. I kind of flipped out. Kind of became I became a fansy of my own. Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg. One of the coolest ones for me actually was not in the theater. He saw the show. James Franco came and saw the show, and then we were at a different show the next night, not together. I wish, but not together. And he recognized me, and I recognized him naturally, and he came up to me and like said great job and introduced himself and stuff, and it was pretty surreal.
Dude.
So that was amazing.
Cool.
Who else?
Jenna Fisher.
Jenna
Oh,
Fisher.
yes,
Oh,
that
of
was
course,
the coolest.
of course, Jenna Fisher. Yeah.
I kind of geeked out on that.
Yeah, we're all big Office fans,
Yeah.
so it was really cool meeting Pam. Anyone else?
Do you ever get the twins mixed up? Olivia asked that.
First 6
It was like
months.
the first.
Yeah.
No!
No!
First,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was like
No, like the first month.
Yeah.
The first month.
But once you get to know them, they're so
There's
different.
so
Yeah.
now there's no question. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're Jacob, you're David.
Yeah,
Like,
they're very different,
Yeah.
but in the
Yeah.
best way possible.
Yeah.
They're
It's great having twins, and they
Yeah.
add a very amazing quality to our cast.
They
I feel
really
like.
do.
Yeah.
They're incredible.
Did any of you ever have a fear of singing in front of people?
Huge. Yes.
I still do. I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Singing in front of people is a very vulnerable thing. There's a lot of, it's different than acting. You have a lot of, I don't know. There's just a lot of things to think about. There's rhythms and tempos and
Yeah.
and
And you want to be good
Yeah.
too. So you're like,
personal.
what?
to be healthy. Yeah, it's very personal. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What about you, John Michael? From
Yeah, I
more
mean,
of a dance practice?
Yeah, that's the thing. Of course I'm nervous. You know, I mean, that's all I can say. I don't know. Growing up like as a dancer, it's like I'm used to just using my body and just like doing it physically and not like through my vocal cords or anything like that. So to do that, it's like a whole nother thing for me.
Yeah. It gets better and
But,
better with experience. I
that's
feel
why
like.
I just take lessons like along the way, just dancing, just to support it and help it. So
Yeah.
pay it off hopefully.
Very cool.
Someone asked, I don't know where it was, who the most mature newsie is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I would Jess Laprado.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like Jess is too. Jess is a very.
He's right there.
There's Jess.
He's here with us.
Hey, Jess.
You're the most
Hey.
mature newsie.
Jess has a very timeless feel to him. He's like very.
He's
He's
an
like,
old
it's
soul.
almost like a Gene Kelly kind of feel
Yeah.
in a way.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's definitely
He's,
the most
he's
mature.
unbelievably professional, and what is this, his 4th Broadway show? So
And
Yeah.
Andy Richardson, you said that.
yeah, I said Andy too.
Andy's very
like,
mature.
Yeah.
Andy's very
The
and
older
they're
guys
also
are not mature.
And
I know.
what's pretty funny is that they're two of the
The
youngest.
youngest, yeah.
The older you get, the less mature
Yes.
you get. So. Hey.
Whoops.
Well, I guess I'll answer this one just because it's addressed to me. What's your favorite show you've been with Ben? As I'm sure a lot of you know, I've been in a bunch of shows with Ben. We did Sweeney Todd, and we did You're in Town, Jesus Christ Superstar, and many, many, many shows. I think the favorite though is probably Rent, where we got to play opposite each other, Mark and Roger. It was pretty cool. And now the theater where Rent was is now the show we are doing, or is now the theater we're working in. So it's pretty special. Yeah.
Cool.
I have one.
All right.
From Allie, favorite Disney movie. Favorite Disney movie.
Beauty and the Beast.
Newsies.
Does Pixar count?
Yes, yes.
'Cause I think
I'll
just-
allow it.
I think Toy Story is my
Toy
favorite.
Story.
Oh.
Toy Story's
Woody
great.
and Buzz.
Wait, is Wally? Pixar?
Yeah,
Wally.
But Aladdin was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. I was 2.
We used to have
Oh my God.
all of those Disney cartoon, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah.
We had all of them.
VHSs.
I love all the. I think Pixar's brilliant. I love all the
Yeah.
Pixar.
I guess
movies.
Newsies was nobody's favorite, but It's not a bad thing.
Up.
There's so many
It's
good movies.
ours
Toy
too,
Story.
yeah.
Toy Story.
Wait, there was one about. Where is it? What you guys do? What we do in between shows? I'm sorry, I don't remember
Oh,
where
yeah.
it was from. Oh, what do you all do in
Sydney.
between shows? Sydney.
I love going to Chopped.
We go to Chopped a lot.
And Bryant
Yeah.
Park is right down the street, so that's a great.
Yeah, we usually go there.
I took a nap last week between shows. That was kind of nice.
But it's also our time to get stuff done and
Yeah.
get refreshed before the next show.
Yeah.
Currently, we're doing a Newsies live chat
Between shows.
between
Yeah.
shows.
Sometimes you do live chats. What else? How many times a day do you freak out because you realize you're on Broadway? From Ashley.
I mean,
Every
is
time
it
we're
cheesy
at the
to say
theater.
almost every day?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that cheesy?
well-
No,
No.
there are times during the show where I'm like,
Right? While you're
Yeah.
singing and you're
The
like,
Newsies,
oh my
the
god.
Newsies reveal is really cool when the screens go up
That's,
and then
like,
we all
one of my
turn around
favorites.
and then like there's an audience
lights
there.
just-
Yeah.
That's
That's
like
the best part.
that's
That's
pretty
so
special.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many times a day.
and also it's like
Yeah.
Especially when we're at
sometimes
theater.
yeah, I mean, and doing 8 shows a week is hard and it's tiring, but then you realize what it is that you're doing 8 times a week, and oh my
Yeah,
God,
it's amazing. Like you could feel really tired before the show starts, but then there's like instant energy from the audience, and you're like, oh my god, I feel like I just had coffee. What?
Here's one for you, Kara.
Oh.
From Emily. Any advice from experience for a young female performer working to eventually be a Broadway triple threat?
Oh my goodness, that's very sweet. I think, I was always told to just be you, so really just always concentrate on that. There's a lot of pressure to conform to, what a casting director wants or what an agent wants or whatever their wants are, but just stay true to who you are and know what your strengths are and tune into that, because somebody will hire you for that, for your strengths, not for the strengths that they want you to have.
Yeah.
Totally.
That is my advice.
You got one?
There's so many good ones, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull it up. There's a funny picture of Tommy.
Oh.
But that's not something that's that odd. A funny
Oh,
picture of Tommy.
this one.
Oh, Alexa asked, what was it like performing on the Tony Awards this year?
That was kind of
That was
last
fun.
minute,
That-
right?
It was
That
awesome.
was, yeah, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it was just awesome to just meet like the other like cast members of like other shows like backstage, and just to see like how cool they all are, and just to see like what their rituals are just like before they do stuff, and just like it's just kind of fun to just sort of like trade back and forth and just what they do for
Yeah.
what they love.
It's really crazy backstage at Radio City. It's like all of these casts in costume, and like you're all together, and it's so surreal because before then you've only seen them either in the show or on press events. You've never actually been with another cast in costume. So and I grew up watching the Tonys and wanting to be on the Tony Awards, and that I can't really put into words how amazing that was. We did like a little prayer energy circle before we went out and performed an opening number, and it was just really emotional because I feel like I'd worked like so hard to do that, and the end of the opening number we all just stood there with our hands in the air for it was like 5 minutes or something, and
it was
it
so
was
cool to watch
it
you
was
guys on
so
TV too.
oh man, it was so that was almost just as cool as
Getting married.
yeah, it might be cooler than getting started, Meg. It might be cooler.
Okay.
Just kidding.
If you weren't acting, what would you be doing? How
I think
about
this is our last question.
Okay.
That's a
We'll
good one.
take to end on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd need to go back to school because I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
I just
feel
say
like
I
I'm
would be
too
a
dumb
dog
to do it.
walker because I really like puppies.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
I feel like I would want to be. I feel like this answer changes for me all the time. Some days I'd like to be a chef, and then maybe other days I'm like I want to be a businessman, and then other days I'm like I want to be a jazz pianist. So everything.
Get to it.
Yeah, right. Right here. I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
I'd want to be a doctor. My dad's a doctor, and he's someone who inspired me growing up. So that was something that I was thinking about before theater, and then decided to do this, which is so
Way more
easy and yes, but it's exciting.
I don't know. Probably something still sort of in the business. I mean, just probably music, because I just love like piano and like drums, and just how it's also cohesive and like dancing and stuff. So probably something like musically, just like in the orchestra or something like that. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna wake up and be like, a surgeon. Like I don't know, but yeah, something.
You have to go to school
That's
for
awesome.
that.
Cool.
You
Yeah,
can't just
exactly.
cut it to
Yeah.
anybody.
Well,
yeah.
that was the last question. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this and asking your questions. We had a blast getting to hang out with you between our shows. We've got to go back for our second show, get ready and stuff like that. But please come see us here. We're going to be at the Nederlander for a while, so you can get tickets at newsiesthemusical.com. And thank you so much for helping us celebrate Newsies Fan Week. It was an amazing week. Thanks to you guys. You guys are amazing.
Yes.
You continue to support us, and we wouldn't be here without you. So keep carrying the banner, seize the day, once and for all, King of New York. Awesome.